Okay, I'm going to introduce lesson 19, which is substituting to evaluate addition and subtraction expressions. So let's look at the opening exercise. It says, my older sister is exactly 2 years older than I am. Sharing a birthday is both fun and annoying. Every year on our birthday, we have a party, which is fun, but she always brags that she is 2 years older than I am, which is annoying. Shown below is a table of our ages, starting when I was born. So it shows when it says my age, which was him or her, and then the sister's age in years. So when the first person was 0, the one that from the opening exercise was 0, the sister was 2. When he or she was 1, the sister was 3. When he or she was 2, the sister was 4, and you'll see when that person was 3, the sister was 5. And when that person was 4, the sister was 6. There's always a 2-year difference. All right, so then all you do is look at the tables. Some of these tables you're going to be filling in. I'll go over that. But on this one, like, look at question A. It says, looking at the table, what patterns do you see? Okay, we've already been through it. The answer is the sister's age is always 2 years older than the other person's age, which is it says my age, so you could write my age. My sister's age is always 2 years more than my age. Okay. On the day I turned 8 years old, how old was my sister? Well, if the sister is 2 years older, 8 plus 2 is 10. Okay, so the sister would be 10 years old. You could even write a variable for that. You could have said m for my age plus 2 for the sister, find out the sister's age. Well, if they were 8 years old, you would fill in 8 for m and say 8 plus 2, and 8 plus 2 is 10. So the sister's age is 10 years old when that person's age is 8. All right. And C says, how do you know? And once again, it's because the sister's always 2 years more, and we just have to add the 2. All right. These are, relatively easy, very easy questions to answer. All you have to do is, follow that chart. D says, on the day I turned 16, how old was my sister? Again, m plus 2 is your expression there. And if m, my age, equals 16, then 16 plus 2 would be 18 years old. So the sister would be 18 years old when my age was 16 from the chart. It says, how do you know again? You're adding 2. You don't have to keep answering those of how do you know. As long as you answer the first one, it's because you know that the sister always be 2 years older than that person's age. All right, F says, do we need to extend the table to calculate these answers? No. Do I need to extend the table to calculate this? All I need to know is, what's my expression? M plus 2. So they could give me a number saying, okay, if I'm 88 years old, my age is 88, how old will my sister be? Okay, well then I just change M to 88 and add 2. Look how long that table would be if I actually had to extend the table to make 88 and find out how old the sister would be, which would be 90, because 88 plus 2 is 90. All right, you don't have to extend the table. All you have to do is add 2 to whatever age is on the first one for my age. All right, so let's flip it over. All right, now we'll see example 1. And it says my age again and my sister's age. Once again, the sister is 2 years older than my age. So it's my age and then my sister's age, and it's all in years. It specifies that. So once again, last lesson we learned about specifying the units and expressions. So this one's specified in years. So it goes on down to 4 and 6. And then it says, what if you don't know how old I am? Let's use a variable for my age. Now it says let y equal my age in years. Can you develop expression to describe how old my sister is. All right, I want in the last box, I want you to put Y for my age in years, because there's one empty box under my age in years and my sister's age in years. So for my age in years, you're going to put Y. And then for my sister's age in years, you need to develop an expression using this variable Y for my age to find out the sister's age. So if your age is Y, what do we add to it? We add 2, because she's always 2 years older. So any age it is, that's how you can calculate how old the sister is, Y plus 2. So fill in Y plus 2 in the second box and put this on the first box. In the last 2 boxes, you should have Y for my age and Y plus 2 for my sister's age. So for the answer for that one, you should say your sister is, she's Y plus 2. So any age he or she is for their age, you just add 2 years to it. All right, look at B. Oh, well, B is where you added the last row of the table. So Y and Y plus 2, we already did that. All right, so let's move on to example 2. Example 2 says my age in years. All right, so it says 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 for my age in years. And for the sisters, it's always 2 years more. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it has 1 row empty. All right, it says, how old was I when my sister was 6 years old? All right, well, if you look at 6, for the sister's age, their age was 4. And the way you can tell that is 6 minus 2. Also, if they didn't show that, all you have to do is 6 minus 2 equals 4. All right, it says, how old was I when my sister was 15 years old? Well, if the sister is 15 years older, all you have to write down there is 15 minus 2, and that equals 13. So you'll write I was 13 years old when my sister was 15, because she's always 2 years older. And if she's 15 years old, you subtract 2 to get your age. All right, and it says, how do you know? Once again, my age is always 2 years younger, or my sister's age is always 2 years older. All right, and the next page, D, it says, look at the table in example 2. If you know my sister's age, can we determine my age? Well, yes. If we have the sister's age, you can always determine your age by just doing what? We can subtract 2, and that will equal your age. All right, so look at E. It says, now use the variable G for the sister's age. That's the age in years. What expression would you describe my age in years? Remember, the sister's always 2 years older. So if this is the sister's age, then I'm going to subtract 2 from it to get my age. So G minus 2 would be my expression for E, where it says use the variable G for my sister's age. What expression would describe my age? G minus 2. So whatever age she is, you just subtract 2 years, and that would give you your age. All right, it says fill in the last row of the table with the expressions. All right, so your age. So for your age, you're going to write G minus 2 for whatever. All right, so your age is going to be G minus 2 years. And you're going to write that your sister's age, put that she is 6 years. So that would mean you are 4 years old. So you could put G minus 4, or G minus 2 is equal to 4, and your sister's age, and that's for the sister. I'm taking G and turn it into 6, and put she's 6, so they could be 4. That'd make you 4. All right. So G says with the partner, but you're not doing this with a partner. You're doing it by yourself since you're on silence. It says, calculate how old I was when my sister was 22, 23, and 24. Well, remember, we have G minus 2. So first you would have 22 minus 2 if we took G and the variable G, her age, and if her age was 22, 22 minus 2 would be 20. All right, the next one says 23 is the sister's age. Well, 23 minus 2 would be 21. So when she's 23, you would be 21. When she's 22, you would be 20. And the last one would be 24. Sorry. 24. You subtract 2 from that, and then make you 22. Alright, so now look at the exercises. These are going to be ones I'm going to send you guys off to do on your own. I don't want to hear, I don't know how to do this, especially if you weren't paying attention. You read it, you try your best, and then I'll have another video where I go through it thoroughly. Y'all been seeing how I've been doing these videos. You know how to do the classwork. Don't raise your hand and say and ask for help or anything like that. You try your best. I will be going over this in the second video thoroughly so you will understand it. If you need more help when I get back, then I will help you. But if you're not paying attention to the video, I don't want to hear you saying you don't understand it. You need to pay attention. That's why I've been telling you guys to pay attention. Alright, so for the exercises, you're going to be filling in the missing values that indicate the total number of box tops each boy brought to school. So it says Noah and Carter are collecting box tops for their school. They each bring in 1 box top per day, starting on the first day of school. Alright, however, Carter had a head start because his aunt sent him 15 box tops before school began. Noah's grandma saved 10 box tops, and Noah added those on his first day. Alright, so they started with, on day 1, you'll look that on day 1, so I'm going to put a D for day, and then I'll put an N for the number Noah has, and a C for the number of Carter has. So just on day 1, they started with, Noah started with 11, because it says Noah's grandma saved 10 box tops, and they got 1 every day, so 10 plus 1 is 11, and then Carter's aunt sent him with 15, and then they got 1 every day, so 15 plus 1 is 16. So now you just add 1 to each day. So on number 2, 11 plus 1 is 12. On day 2 for Carter, 16 plus 1 is 17. And you're going to keep going the same way all the way down to day 5. You're just adding 1 to each one of these on both of them. 16 plus 1 was 17. So 17 plus 1 will be day 3. And then you keep going. Same with this. You're just adding 1 to each one of these rows. Alright, so then you'll use that chart to answer the boxes B through E, which will be easy, and it even gives you like variables to use, and you're just going to answer the questions. Alright, flip the page. Alright, again, there's another chart that you'll be filling out and then answering some questions from. This one says, each week the primary school recycles 200 pounds of paper. The intermediate school also recycles the same amount, but had another 300 pounds left over from summer school. The intermediate school custodian added this extra 300 pounds to his first recycle week. All right, the number of weeks and number of the weeks. So you'll see weeks. So we're going to you would start with week 1 on that. Week 2, where it says week, see at the top it says, at the top there, it'll say week. I'm just going to put a W. And then it says, I'm going to put a P for primary school and an I for intermediate school. So you have week 1, week 2, week 3, and you're going to keep going to, you have 5 rows. So you have week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. Alright, so it says each week primary school recycles 200 pounds of paper. Alright, the intermediate school has the same amount, but they started with an extra 300 pounds that the custodian added to it. So primary started with 200, and they get 200 every week, but the intermediate school had the 200 plus the additional 300 for their first week, and after that they kept getting the 200. They get 200 every week, and that equaled 500 that the intermediate school started with. So now you just add 200 to each one of these. So our next row, 200 plus 200 is 400. 500 plus 200 is 700. They only got that extra 300 the first time from summer school. So keep filling this in, just add in 200 all the way down. And it says, all right, look at B. It says, if this trend continues, what will be the total amount collected for each school on week 10? Figure that one out. Be very easy if you see, because you'll get to week 5, double it. All right, double the primary school's amount, double the intermediate school's amount, and you'll have your answer. Well, don't double the intermediate school. You have to double it, then subtract the 300, because you have that additional 300. So you can't double it and keep double the 300 too. So you double the amount here, but then subtract the extra 300 you put there. But this one, you'll just double it. At week 5, you double it for week 10. This one, you double, subtract 300, and you'll have your answer for primary and intermediate. Now answer B. All right, number 3 says, Shelly and Kristen share a birthday, but Shelly is 5 years older. So now we have 2 different people, and instead of being 2 years older, the one person's 5 years older. So you're going to start with Kristen's age. I want you to write Kristen's, and it's going to be hard. And you're going to write in years, because that's our unit we're using. And then Shelly's age in years. All right, so if Kristen is 0, well, 0 plus 5, if Shelly's 5 years older, she's going to be 5. So keep going that way. So then add 1 to this, and 1 plus 5 is 6. Keep going down till you finish that row. So then you answer the questions below that, B, C, and D. That will go with this table. Very easy, guys. Everyone, I should not hear anyone saying they don't understand it. This is very simple. Looking at, your charts, filling them as I just told you to do, and then just answering questions from the charts. All right, so now let's look at the problem set. All right, the first one on the problem set says Sue Ellen and Tara are in 6th grade and both take dance lessons at Twinkle Toes Dance Studio. This is Sue Ellen's first year, while this is Tara's 5th year of dance lessons. Both girls plan to continue taking lessons throughout high school. Complete the table showing the number of years the girls will have danced at the studio. Okay, it says the grade in the first box, and that's not a good G. All right, it says the grade. I'm just going to put a G there, and it starts from 6th and goes all the way to 12th. You have lots of lines and stuff to go all the way through them. Anyways, and then you have this one, Sue Ellen's. I'm just going to put S for Sue Ellen's, and you'll have Tara's. All right. So this is 7th. 8th. 9th. 10th. 11th. And then 12th. All right. So in 6th grade, it says that it is in 6th grade, it's Sue Ellen's first. So put a 1. Oh, all you need is 1. You don't have to put first. This is her first year. So it says years of experience dancing in 6th grade. It's her first year. So it's 1. All right. And it says while it is Sue Ellen's first year, it is Tara's 5th year in 6th grade. So there you put 5. So after that, you're just going to keep counting by 1s, because if it's her first year in 6th grade, it's going to be her 2nd year in 7th grade. And if it's Tara's 5th year in 6th grade, it's going to be her 6th year in 7th grade. So you're going to keep going. All you're doing is count by 1s here. And then answer B, which is really easy. Just answer the question it's asking. It gives you a variable Y for years, because it's always Y plus 4. She always has 4 more years. At her first year, she has 5 years. So 5 minus 1 is 4. So to find out how many years Tara has been dancing, you would say Y for Sue Ellen's plus 4 years, and that would equal Tara's, sorry. that would equal Tara's years that she's been dancing. Because she's always 4 years more than Sue Ellen. Like 6 minus 2 is 4, 5 minus 1 is 4. So continue filling that one out and answer the questions there. All right, so look at the next one, number 2. It says, and pardon me if I say this name wrong, it says DeJoy and Damien collect fossils. Before they went on the fossil hunting trip, DeJoy had 25 in her collection, and Damien had 16 in his collection. On a 10-day fossil hunting trip, they each collected 2 new fossils each day. Make a table showing how many fossils each person had in their collection at the end of each day. Alright, so it gives you 3 rows, and you're going to have to label them. So for the top, to label it, you would say the day, and you would start with day 1. Alright, and then number of fossils, and this will be for DeJoy collection. Sorry, I gotta write kind of sideways. Just do it as best you can. And then this will be number of fossils in Damien's. And you'll know that's collections. So for the first day, remember how much they started with. And they got 2 each day. So DeJoy started with 25. Okay, so you had 25. But again, it says they got 2 for each day. So you can put 25 plus 2 to start you with. So that'll be 27. So for the first day, DeJoy had 27. Now, Damien started with 16. Well, now you got to add 2 for that day as well, because they each get 2 for each day, and that was day 1. So 16 plus 2 is 18. So Damien on the first day had 18. Now you just add 2 to each one, because now this is just what they started with, these numbers. So now 27 plus 2, so for day 2 it would be 27 plus 2, and you don't have to write this part out. Just put the number there. It's 29. Alright, 18 plus 2, that'd be 20. And you just keep adding 2 for each day. Really easy. Then you'll answer B and C for that one. Very simple. We're going to skip over number 3. If you flip it over, we're going to skip number 3. Go ahead and look at number 4. So you could put an X on number 3. Look at number 4 though. It says David was 3 when Marika was born. Complete the table. So now we're dealing with years again. And this time it's talking about, it's a 3-year age difference. So it shows you when Marika was 5, David was 8. When she was 6, he was 9. And it shows a 3-year difference. So then you have to fill in the missing pieces. Like when Marika was 10, how old was David? Well, 10 plus 3 will give you the answer. Then it'll give you David's age on the next row at 20. Well, then you do 20 minus 3, and I'll give you Marika's age. And then the next one would say 32. Okay, 32 plus 3, and you'll get David's age. Look at M, though. The one says M from Marika's age. It doesn't give you the age, it says M. So how would you find out David's age if it says Marika's age? It's just M. You would say M plus 3. Because David's always 3 years older. So whatever variable, whatever number that variable stands for, you just add 3 to it. And then underneath that one, it says D for David. So to find out Marika's age there, on the other side, the last row, you would need to subtract 3. Because Marika's always 3 years younger, and David's always 3 years older. So to find out David's age, you would add 3. To find out Marika's age, you would subtract 3. Alright, then look at number 5. It gives you, it actually has your whole chart filled out there. It says Caitlin and Michael are playing a card game. In the first round, Caitlin scored 200 points and Michael scored 175 points. And each of the next few rounds, they each scored 50 points. Their score sheet is below. So you're going to use that score sheet to answer questions A through D. Alright, and then number 6. Last page, it says the high school marching band has 15 drummers this year. The band director insists that there are to be 5 more trumpet players than drummers at all times. So then it's going to ask you questions A through C. I want you to answer it the best you can. Remember, if you cannot figure these out, I'm about to make another video where we go over it, but you need to, I've given you plenty of answers for this one. It's very easy. Everyone should be able to do it. Work your best, work quietly, and then I will go over this on the next video.